arrangement to swap tomatoes for equipment.
Okay. Tomatoes I got.
Yes.
Okay, we're live.
Morning, Maria.
Sorry. Hi, Maria.
Hello.
Hi, Maria.
How are you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Jens, where are you
I'm
from?
Huh?
Did you say Jens? You're Pittsburghian?
Yuns? Yeah, I'm from Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
I was here, I did one of them before. I just looked completely different because when you go through an existential crisis, you cut your hair and do things.
Yeah, tell me
So
that.
And also redecorate your house. And it-
yeah. Well,
Yep.
I did the cheap version this time. Scissors.
Okay, here we go. With the shaman god code. Everyone ready?
Here's today's God Call with Reverend Bill.
Henry David Thoreau wrote, "Things do not change, we change." And what a wonderful reminder that is, that if we're looking at something in the world around us that is not to our liking, we can't focus on changing the thing. We get to focus on changing ourselves. And sometimes along the way, the thing on the outside changes as well. But it becomes sometimes irrelevant because we've already done the changing. Thank you, John. And good morning, New Thought, Philadelphia. What a pleasure it is, middle of August, to see these smiling faces and have a bunch of folks tell me how grateful they are to be able to participate without having to drive to the Falzer Club. Amen to that. You guys know the rules when we're on Zoom. Go ahead and keep yourself muted, except when we are sharing or making a lot of noise together. Let's do that now. Go ahead and unmute, and you can repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to the sweetness of summertime.
I open myself to the sweetness of
Summertime.
summertime.
And I know love is right here, right now.
And I know that love is right here,
right
right now.
And so it is.
So it
And
is.
so it is.
Woohoo! Hit that mute button one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. So, whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. And as we'll be saying quite a bit today, welcome home. We believe there's one power, love, intelligence, force that creates everything, including each of us. And we believe that we're using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. A little bit of details go into that, but that at the essence is the entire teaching. Or to make it even shorter, we believe your new life begins with a new thought. Hey, if you have any extra electronic devices that might be distracting to you for the next hour or so, go ahead and put them on shush so we can turn within and be connected with each other. I'm Bill Marchiony, the spiritual director here at New Thought Philadelphia. Our music today is Sonic Yogi, John Adams from Atlanta. So delighted to have you with us today. We got a couple of practitioners on call. Breen Rourke, RSCP, will be doing the meditation in a little bit, and Joe Catanzaro, RSCP, is going to open our celebration the way we open everything, which is with a practical prayer.
Good morning, everyone. Good to be here. Take a breath, settle in, and know with me that there is only love. It fills the void. It flows from that one divine infinite power or source that creates all life, all form, all experience. It is our source. It flows through us, in us, and as us. And we embody that same divine power and presence because it is our true nature. And we come together today to remember that, to celebrate it, to embrace it. That truth that love is all there is. And we use it to empower us to create something new in our lives and in the lives of anyone else that we cross paths with. So whatever that is that you want to create, name it and claim it. Love, peace, harmony, joy, abundance. Open to it, allow it, and accept it. We each have that power. So I am grateful for each one here, for everything we bring, for all that we do together today to create that newness in our lives. I accept it. I allow it. I claim all of that good for each one here. And I'll release my word to the law that always says yes, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Of course, the reason to do practical prayer is because it changes something. It works. And this is a chance that we have to share the results of our prayers and how a prayer is working in your life. Anybody got a prayer work story that you'd like to share? I have a little bit of a one. And there's no such thing as big or little. Everything in the universe is little as far as the infinite is concerned. So Dina and I spent a week up in Troy, New York, visiting Tori, who's just moved up there, along with her husband. And she's getting ready for graduate school. And he is something of a foodie, and he had been complaining that you can't get a good cheesesteak in Troy, New York, which is not surprising to me. And he says that that's because they don't, the rolls are bad. They don't have the right rolls. So, okay. And my prayer for the entire week was love unfolding and the pieces fitting together in sweet perfection and just harmony and goodness. And on Friday morning, Tori and I went for a hike down to a waterfall. So we drove and parked in a lot, and mine was the only car when we got there. Went down, it's a lovely waterfall, a pretty steep hike down and back up. And we're on the way back up, and another group is coming down. And the guy from like 15 feet away who was leading the group says, "You guys from Pennsylvania?" And I figured that he knew I was from PA because of my license plate. And so I said, "Yeah." And he inquired if we knew the story that Pennsylvania is basically Pittsburgh and Philly connected together by Alabama. And I said, "Yeah, we're on the Philly end." And I figured, and he'd lived in South Jersey for a while and a lot of other places. And so we got to chatting, and I said, "So can you find a cheesesteak anywhere around here?" Because he'd been in Troy for a long time. No, the rolls suck. So confirmation on that, and perhaps the inspiration, something else can come along. And he got close enough that he could notice that I was wearing my cap with the New Thought Philadelphia logo on it. And he says, "What's New Thought Philadelphia?" And I said, "It's a spiritual community." He says, "Is that like Unity?" I'm like, "Whoa, what are the chances of getting a guy in Troy, New York who understands New Thought?" And hoagies. And he pronounced all of the Philadelphia words. So it was just another example of the pieces fitting together and brought a little joy and delight into our lives. And he gave the recommendation. Apparently, there's a peace pagoda, the Buddhist peace pagoda that's been in the area for decades. And now Tori knows that there's a Buddhist peace pagoda where she can go and chill should that become necessary. So prayer works in remarkable ways. Anybody else? In that case, let's have some announcements. Get your kazoo ready. Karen, get ready. On your mark, get set.
I was so into that story, I almost forgot about announcements. Okay, so the toasty information on this website at newthoughtphiladelphia.org can be found. You can sign up for the weekly e-newsletter so we can keep in touch. There will be another You Are Not Alone gathering on Sunday, August 24th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. We will meet to support each other as we navigate these challenging times that we are living in. The Practical Prayer podcast this week is New Thought for the World, from the presentation Carol and Reverend Bill did for the Interfaith Awareness Week. Listen where you get your podcasts and join in for the live recording session tomorrow at 1 p.m. on New Thought Media Network. We host dozen 15-minute meditations every week. Drop by for some quick inspiration on Zoom. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings this week, we are also on Insight Timer Live. Sandy leads the Power of 8 Intention Circle every Monday evening from 6:30 to 7 to help bring new experiences into the lives of the group members. Get God calls. They are half a minute of inspiration on your phone 4 times a week, starting with a free 2-week trial. info@godcall.org. There are now almost 2,500 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. Join or drop by a daily meditation to see what they know. And follow, subscribe, like, and share on Instagram, Facebook, Insight Timer, and YouTube. We are grateful for your financial support. Please support New Thought Philly with a tax-deductible donation by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit, or debit card. Thank you to the team that makes these celebrations work. We get together ahead of time to get things in order and to have some fun. Email the volunteer coordinator to join the joy. Next Sunday, online with Yes, and So It Is, Reverend Bill explores some of the nuances we can use in practical prayer to focus ourselves and let loose our word, knowing that the creative law always says yes. Live original music by Benjamin Mora. Practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. After the celebration today, Joe is available for a quick, transformational, miracle in a moment prayer. Also, do stick around in the Zoom meeting after the celebration for casual conversation. And that's the end of the announcements.
The end of the announcement. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. And Breen, yes, I was channeling my inner Breen Rook with the title for next week's talk. I loose my word into the law, yes, and so it is. So we'll see if the talk next week lives up to that. This is the time in our celebration where we like to welcome our first-time visitors. And Maria, have you been at the Sunday morning celebration before, or is this your first time? Your first time? Okay, that's what I thought. Maria and I got to spend some time together on the meditation earlier this week. She got a fun story, got a harrowing story, got a story. That's what it is. It's a story, and what happens as the stories unfold. But in any case, it is wonderful to meet you. The way that this works is you're just going to receive a blessing. The rest of us are going to rub our hands together. So we feel the warmth and feel the love. I'm going to send that your way. You are the bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that love and shining that light with us today. And welcome. So as we listen to Sonic Yogi do another song, go ahead and make eye contact with the folks we're in contact in community with, because the eyes that you're looking into and the eyes that you're looking through are all the eyes of God. John? Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Wonderful. And just a quick shout out to the team that is helping with the celebration today. Middle of August is the time when everybody has all sorts of things going on, trips to the beach, tubing, guests visiting, and so forth. I've heard a bunch of stories that way, and I am grateful for everybody who is here now, including Scopy, who is going to lead us in the flames of faith.
Good morning. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths as the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today comes from the Anton Anthology, New Thoughts for Today, and Dina is going to share with us.
Turning my mic on will help. So this is brought to us by Reverend Dr. Mari Gwynn in, oh, my goodness, I did practice her place in Florida. And this is called Many Paths. With so many paths to choose, fear held me in a space of spiritual confusion. One path still imposing from childhood, others promoted by those more confident than I. Some promised hope, while other promised fire for wrong choices. Unaware of my personal power to consciously connect with God, I opted to choose nothing, never considering that not choosing was but a murky, desolate choice in itself. Time moves, hearts open, light shines inward, and the seduction of spiritual desire keeps knocking. Today I seek only the whispers of silence, allowing divine wisdom to be revealed. There is a myriad of sacred paths, each resulting in the same destination. Some are long and arduous. They circle us back to blocks we tried to walk around when we needed to break through. Some claim us until we seek only silent devotion. Some go right, some left, and some straight up. By virtue of our God-gifted power to connect in consciousness, we can see the direction perfect for us. One day, we will all reach the mountaintop. We will all be embraced by those who journeyed before us, and we will welcome others as their own path leads them to the top, where in infinite clarity we will know that we are one. I embrace my power and choose my perfect path. And so it is.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. I think summertime, late summertime, August is the season when kids play tag. And perhaps it's because it's warm in the evening, it gets dark a little earlier, and it's got that right time to go and hide and then run for home base and see if you can get home free. And it's a wonderful reminder that just watching kids play tag of getting home safely. The talk today is home base, and home base is a story that comes up a lot. The story in the Bible of the prodigal son. The son asks dad for his portion of the inheritance so that he can go out and make his way in the world. And he leaves and he goes into a far land and he squanders the money and he encounters a famine and he winds up being imprisoned and life is going very much not well for him and he finally makes his way back to freedom and then he comes back home and he is welcomed at home base by the family with great cheering and celebration and feasting and so forth. And there's other parts of the story about his brother having an attitude because he didn't get the feast and stuff. But the idea that's important there is what it feels like to come home, to have that home base, to have that homecoming. It's also baseball season now, and baseball is a wonderful metaphor for the same story. You start out by leaving home, and you go out on your adventure, and you try to make your way safely through the adventure until you come back home. And if you get it home safely, then you score a point. So baseball is a reenactment of the story of the prodigal son. Don't tell your baseball friends that. The story keeps on repeating itself, though. There's a lot of different ways that home base, coming home, being home safely, going on an adventure, and then coming back in happen. So our daughter Victoria moved away a month ago to Troy, New York. And it's a new adventure. She's doing something she's never done before. She and her husband are off in a faraway land doing their thing uh, with a new home and a new base of operations. And it is an opportunity for her to be in that adventure. Now, home, as far as I'm concerned, she's welcome here anytime she wants, but she's got her own home with her, and it's about setting up that operation there. So Dean and I got a chance to go for a visit this week and helped Tori and Alex even more thoroughly turn the place that they're living into their home. They had already done a spectacular job. They're making themselves at home. They're finding out what their anchor point is. They're finding the good restaurants and that you can't get a cheesesteak in Troy, New York. That would be worthy of a cheesesteak for somebody who's had to spend any time in Philadelphia. And as we were there, we were visiting, and there's all of the stuff that goes into visiting about temporarily being in somebody else's base of operations and making their home feel like your home. And there are two phrases that come to mind. One is "be my guest," and that is so warm and welcoming. Be my guest. It's like you are my guest. I am here as your host, and I'm going to take care of things, and I'm going to do everything that I can to make you feel comfortable. And that's wonderful and uplifting. And being a guest is a little bit lavish. And the other phrase is make yourself at home. And it seems a little more operational. Make yourself at home. Like there's work for you to do. Okay. This is the place you can do whatever it is that you need to do to make yourself at home. Make yourself at home actually is a lot more powerful as far as I'm concerned. That means I'm going to go hands off on trying to make your experience be what it is and give you all of the freedom and all of the potential to make your experience as great as it can possibly be. Make yourself at home. Mi casa su casa. My house is yours. It's not like you have to go through me to get to the goodies. I was talking to my cousin Linda yesterday, who I think is watching on the live stream today. And she has a business as a pet sitter. And I had known about pet sitting through her because she does that. And we had a pet sitter stay at our house while we were up there in Troy for the week. So now I have a new perspective on pet sitting. And that whole be my guest, make yourself at home thing came to mind again because what Linda says when she's pet sitting and she's staying at somebody's house, she's not just staying there with the pets, she's running the house. It is it is the her client's home, but she needs to make sure that the home is running. So it's not just, does the dog go out when the dog needs to go out? It's like making sure that the garbage goes out when the garbage needs to go out and that the lights are on or the lights are off and everything is taken care of. So making yourself at home has the potential to require a little bit of additional effort from us, but it also gives us that richness that we can really relax and settle in. So the question is, what makes you feel at home? Because everybody has a home, and so your home base, your base of operations, it's where your stuff is. What makes it home for you? What gives you that sensation, that feeling of home? Is it that's where your stuff is? Amassing things throughout your life and the closets and the nooks and crannies in the house where you keep your stuff and is all familiar to you. Is that what makes it home? A lot of folks, it's the people who are in the house or in the neighborhood. So, and that makes us portable in a lot of ways. I mean, you take your stuff and you take your people and you go someplace different. You're not going to take the people in the neighborhood necessarily with you. So, is there something about the place itself, the space, or about the infrastructure that you know where the supermarket is, that you have the doctor, that you can call the dentist, that there's a place where you can get the thing, that you can buy a cheesesteak that tastes like a cheesesteak? I mean, there are, big things and little things. What makes you feel at home? And also, what makes you feel not at home? If you're feeling not at ease, if you're feeling like an outsider, like you don't belong, like you haven't hit your stride, what makes you feel not at home? Sometimes it's the newness or the unfamiliarity. When you get into a new situation, okay, I got to find some stuff. I need to get myself my bearings, understand where I am, to do the simple things. Where am I going to sleep? Where's my toothbrush? Where am I going to get some food? And then beyond that, what's the rest of the structure that's around me so that I can become familiar with it and start feeling more at home, more comfortable in the place where I am. Are there challenges and surprises? Are there things that come along that you weren't particularly expecting and now suddenly you have to deal with? And some of it can be really simple. Like if you need a cheesesteak every week and suddenly there's no cheesesteaks available, that's a thing. One of the things in Troy, New York, is that there are a lot of houses with lead pipes. So now you suddenly need to pay attention to what's in the water that is when you turn on the tap. Now, a lot of people don't have to think about that, don't have to worry about that. But if the infrastructure includes something different, then it becomes something to consider that might be keeping you from feeling at home. And then there's the emotional, and mental, and spiritual part of it, about feeling at home with yourself. Can we go to that still, quiet place? Go within and let go of all of the distractions, all of the infrastructure, all of the stuff, the people, the neighborhood, all the rest of that, and just be within ourselves right here and right now and be at peace. What makes you feel at home or not at home with yourself? For a lot of people, it's doubt, self-criticism. Get quiet. Sometimes that committee starts talking about all the mistakes I've made and all the bad stuff that I've done and the wrong turns and then what could go wrong. Oh my goodness, if I'm not careful about this, I could have that other problem and the other one and the other one and the other one. A lot of folks, especially the younger folks, talk about imposter syndrome. Here I am in this position, in this place, with this opportunity, and why in the world am I qualified to do this? And I say younger people not because it's something that's happening to younger people. It's just that as we are growing up and turning from children into young adults, into elders, somewhere along the line, we figure out, yeah, okay, I've got some of this stuff handled. I'm not an imposter. This is what people are doing. But as we're stepping into our greatness, a lot of times that can come up. And what do you do to feel at home? What do you do to feel at home within yourself? When that distraction, when that doubt comes along, what is the technique that you can use to make yourself at home within yourself? And one of my favorite things to do is to go into a meditation and remind myself or be reminded of my gifts and skills and talents, what it is that I'm bringing to the table. Because each of us has a unique combination of gifts and talents and skills and abilities that are innate to us. Sometimes we know exactly what they are. Sometimes we do not know what they are. Sometimes we assume that our gifts and skills and talents are the same ones that everybody else has. And then we get completely surprised when other people cannot do things that we can do. There are some folks who are child prodigies. They can play the piano or play tennis at a masterful level without having to go through all of the usual steps that somebody would have to go through to learn to play chess or tennis or the piano. And they enjoy the gift that they have, and they're kind of surprised that not everybody can do that. So the reminder for you is that there is a combination of gifts and skills and talents and abilities and perspectives and understandings that you have that you bring to life that are a mystery to other people. That is a way that you are a gift to the world because you can bring that and do it so easily and so generously and so joyously that it's just for you, it's being who you are, and for other people, it is a complete gift. So pay attention to that. Be aware of when that's going on. And that, as far as I'm concerned, is the magic of being at home where you are. And the pithy quote that I came up with that I'm going to leave you with is, life is a potluck. Bring the best of yourself and share it. If you've been to a potluck, not everybody brings the same thing. But what comes about is something that is a combination of everybody's gifts, the best of everybody. Life is a potluck. Bring the best of yourself and share it. So it is.
exhaling, hum, saying hum, H-U-M, which simply means I am.
Thank you, John. We're just going to stay right in this meditative space. If you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes. If you can, sit with your back straight so you can relax but stay alert. And just breathe. Focus your attention on your heart center. Feel that connection to the infinite. There's a saying, home is where the heart is. If you're like me, you've probably lived in many different homes. There are people who currently don't have a home. There may be people here that their home growing up was not a warm, loving space. For some people, home is elusive. They're at the center of our being, where we connect with the infinite. You can always find home. It's warm, it's safe. We're loved and cared for. Allow yourself to feel that feeling of our divine home. Feeling safe and comfortable. I am home. I am. So home. Just feel that warmth. Feel that comfort. As we go into the silence, if it suits you, if it serves you, continue that so hum mantra. And just allow that warmth of home to envelop you.
I stand in the power and the presence of the one divine force, God, now and always. It led me to think of a spiritual home. It can be, could be, is our spiritual home. Feel that sensation, the grounding, the stability, the support, the energy beneath us, around us, within us. Allow that feeling, that energy to move through you, carrying you and your spirit upward, expanding, energizing. Stand in the power and presence of the one now and always. Take a breath. Move around a little bit. Shrug your shoulders. When you're ready, open your eyes. Try to bring some of that feeling back with you. And come back to our celebration as Sonic Yogi plays us another song.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Breen. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this. We're running late, but let's take a moment anyway. If you've got something that's come up for you that you'd like to give voice to about coming home or being at home, just give a wave or hit the reaction button and have a chance to share that. So, been driving past the places that sell RVs and thought about having that as a home. And on the one hand, you bring your stuff with you, and it's got a certain amount of infrastructure, but then you wind up parking at RV parks, and your neighbors or whoever happens to be parked at the RV park. So, good news, bad news, who can tell? I'm going to invite Karen to go ahead and lead us in our offering.
New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share help to fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there's a donate button on your website to make a donation by credit card, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. The offering affirmation, as you can see, is on the screen, and we'll say the affirmation together. I
I
live
live
in
in
an
an
abundant
abundant
universe.
universe. I
I
am
am
I am
one with
one
the
one
with
with the
infinite
the
source
infinite
of
source of
all
source
all
of
good.
all
good.
good.
Of all good.
I am
I
a
am a
center
The
of
center
center
of
of
conscious
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 prosperity.
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 Prosperity
I
I
enjoy the
enjoy the
richness of
richness of
life.
of
life.
life.
I
I
I
bless
I
my
bless
bless
my
bless
my
gift.
my
gift.
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 I
I
I
share my
share
share
my
my
gift
gift with
gift with
With
gratitude and
gratitude
gratitude
joy.
and
and
joy.
joy.
I know
I
that
I
as
know
I
know that
That
give,
I
as I
I
give,
Have
give,
to
I
I
do
receive.
do
receive.
receive.
so it
And
and so it
is.
And
so
is.
it
so
So
is.
it
it
is.
is. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to flop around the last two items here, just because I want to honor people's time. So go ahead and either leave your mic unmuted or unmute again and repeat after me. I am love.
I
I
am
am
In
love.
love.
love,
I am light.
I
I
am
am
light.
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 My light is shining.
My
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 light
light
is
is
light
Light
is
is
shining.
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 My love is flowing.
My
My
love
My
love
is
love
is
is
flowing.
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 And on and on and on.
And
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 on
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 and
on
and
and
on.
and
on
on
and
and
on.
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 And so it is.
So it
And
And
is.
so
so
it
it
So it
is.
is.
is. Thank you. Sonic Yogi closes up with one more. And if anybody has to leave, we understand the schedule.
Mhm.
Beautiful, John. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breen and Joe. Thank you, Karen, you as well. And Dina and Benjamin, everybody who made this whole thing come on. Wonderful. And Benjamin doing it from make yourself at home. How far away from home are you?
No, it's 250 kilometers.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I'm in an Airbnb. So yeah,
So
that's
you were
kind of a
out
home.
gigging. You were out gigging last night?
Yes, it was a great show from a friend of mine. I was playing guitar and harmonica for him. Yes, and today I had an unexpected show that came into, a person that owns a bar here said, "I want you tomorrow." I said, okay, let's go.
I'm staying here.
Nice.
I brought my laptop so I can do it.
Okay. Well, perfect. See, that's better
Yeah.
than an RV.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
I'm gonna go.
Breen, how long you around before you go to
Not,
Jersey?
not. It's got to be later on this evening.
Okay. I'll be around.
Okay.
And anybody else who's